Oh, hi. Welcome to my study. I was just tidying up. So I've got a collection of toys here that were handmade by my Uncle Frank. Here, let me show you. Here's this one. It's a big wheel and it sits on legs like that. And I'm not sure what the purpose is. But the big wheel keeps on turning with a little help. This one is a staircase. How about that? All made of wood on a pedestal, little feet. I remember as a kid playing with this with my Star Wars figures. It's sort of the perfect size for them to walk up. Uncle Frank made this for me. And as I grew up, I would take it with me wherever I went, put it on my bookshelf, and it would remind me of, all the places I had to go upwards. You could think of it as the stairway to nowhere, or better yet, maybe it's a stairway to anywhere. Anywhere you want to go. All right, here's a couple of interesting toys made by Uncle Frank. They are actually nesting benches. You see, they're exact duplicates. And when you set them on a table, they nest together. Just like that. He didn't shellac them. He didn't varnish them. He left them unfinished. Maybe he wanted me to paint them and finish them. I don't know. But we had real full-size benches like this in our house. Step stools that we would use that Uncle Frank made for us. And I guess at one point he wanted to just make miniatures. And he gave them to me. They're real treasures. Big and little. Boop. All right, now here's a really spectacular one. This one, let me dust it off a bit here. Show you that side. And I'll show you that side. And watch. See, it's got a little handle and some gears. And it does this whirligig thing. Either way, either direction that you want. It's sort of like a paddle wheel. I don't know, I guess if you held it upside down in water, it would work just like a paddle wheel. But these little shovels on here, these little scoops, are actually, listen, they're made of metal and they are cut Venetian blinds, old Venetian blinds that he decided to make as little fins on this wheel, very intricately cut wheel and gears and axles, and then varnished, and there's even a little decal here, a little flower roses on either side. But he decided to decorate this whirligig. I think it's really his most fantastic creation. I treasure it, always have treasured it. It's pretty spectacular. Uncle Frank was a tinker and a craftsman, and he had his own little workshop set up. Originally, I think it was down in his basement, but then when they fixed up the basement, it moved out to the garage. And in his retirement, that's what he would do for fun and for relaxation. He would go out and he would create things out of wood. He had a sense of humor and naturally a very playful side. And I think he put that playfulness into the toys that he made. I can remember Uncle Frank's hands being big and strong. And sometimes at holiday gatherings, after we were finished with our meal, we'd sit in front of Uncle Frank. He'd be on the sofa, we'd be on the floor, and he'd take those big hands and he'd massage us really hard, but we liked it. And sometimes he would give us knuckles on the scalp. But those same strong hands were the hands that would make these delicate and whimsical toys. Pretty cool. They're real treasures. Anyway, thanks for spending time with me and for letting me share with you Uncle Frank's handmade toys.